It's the TBM Show with Spencer L. Jensen. Brought to you by the City Creek Mall, where Jesus would develop commercial real estate and high-end luxury condos. Previously on True Believing Mormons.
Then how did you lose your testimony of the one true church on the face of the earth and fall away so far? Was it masturbation?
No.
To clarify, I mean with yourself. That's where it all starts, you know.
I'm not making the connection.
That's why I'm here, my errant brother, to help connect the dots. You see, in his timeless classic, The Miracle of Forgiveness, our beloved prophet Spencer W. Kimball took it upon himself to break down the various categories of sin into myriad subcategories and classifications, mostly sexual, of the various degrees of degradation, creating a veritable taxonomy of truth that is still recommended by church bishops and stake presidents today. Its harsh and unforgiving tone is an excellent teaching aid to show us how tender and forgiving Christ's love can be in comparison. According to President Kimball, who we believe literally spoke in behalf of God himself, kind of like the Pope, masturbation, quote, too often leads to grievous sin, even to that sin against nature, homosexuality. For, done in private, it evolves often into mutual masturbation, practiced with another person of the same sex, and thence into total homosexuality. And that, boys and girls, is how masturbation leads to full-blown homosexuality. Now, David, it's with the greatest of humility that I tell you I have never personally touched my own little factory in that way, but I can see how if I did, what the logical next step would be. First, you're touching your own private parts, but then it's not enough, and you're saying, how can I do more of this? Next thing you know, you're throwing a sleepover and giving hand jobs to all of the scout troop. Who hasn't been there? A textbook example, brethren, of why we need Latter-day Prophets in these modern times to guide us and help us to avoid pitfalls and slippery slopes like this.
That's not exactly how it worked with me.
So you're saying masturbation did work for you?
Of course. Yeah, I did. I did a bit growing up. But it didn't lead to doing it to other guys. By that logic, wouldn't 90% of the men on Earth be gay?
Okay, so you went straight, so you were like masturbating, and then you went straight over step 2 to step 3, being full-blown gay. No pun intended, of course.
I think my interest in other men and my interest in my own body, I think they naturally just developed at the same time.
Interesting. Jared here is still into girls, but he self-abuses. He must be doing it wrong, which sounds like a good thing.
Dad!
Jared, I am paying you to edit sound, not to create sound. Let's talk about, and edit this out. Let's talk about the law of chastity as it applies to homosexuals. As I understand it, the Lord doesn't mind if you're gay, so long as you don't think or do or say anything gay. Is that correct?
Well, homosexual thoughts, feelings, and tendencies are pretty much frowned upon, but you won't lose your good standing unless you act upon them.
So you're saying that you do a pretty good job at church of pretending you don't like men?
I wouldn't say pretending. I just don't bring it up.
Have you purposely chosen to think gay thoughts, or do you simply allow the thoughts to remain that spontaneously appear in your head all the time?
I am gay. Yes.
Do you feel gay?
How would being gay feel?
Is that an invitation?
No. I'm asking what gay is supposed to feel like. I feel like myself.
Apparently you liked feeling yourself too, and now here you are, full circle, a total homosexual. Exactly as predicted by the prophet Spencer W. Kimball.
You got dispensers. You've been listening to True Believing Mormons. Please obey all traffic laws and drive safely as you return home from this edifying experience.